Hello, I'm Stel and I'm doing my compiler lab experiment number 10, which is intermediate code generation. So here, this we write a program which converts a given arithmetic expression to a 3 address book. So we go directly to the code. So we've imported Java package and we start by declaring a precedence static character array in which we define the operators and the precedences. So lower the precedence number, higher precedence it will have. Then we go on and we declare a private function called check precedence, which takes input parameters as string. So an input string t will be sent as parameter to this function, and in the function, the character at the first position will be stored in the variable tok. Then we run a loop from 0 to the length of the array while incrementing I, and if the value of tok is equal to the precedence equal to the element at precedence I comma 0, we return the integer value of the element next to it, that is I comma 1. So that's the function here. Coming to our main function, variables I, j, upcount, and upcount here is initialized as 0, and we have a character variable called token. We have a boolean array called check process and a string array, 2D string array called operators. So here we have also have a string called expr and another string called 10. So using buffer data will read a string. So first we ask the user for giving an input. So here the input will be stored line by line in the expr. So in check process we store the boolean value of the length of the expr. So for we will run a for loop from I0 to length of check process, and we check where check process is equal to false, and in the loop we give it the value false. So then we again run a loop from I0 to length of expr, where we store the value of character at character at the ith position of our string into the variable token, and another loop inside it which has from 0 to the precedence length. So, and if the token value is equal to the precedence of j, 0, the operator array will increment, will have the token, and in the first position we'll have token, and second position we print the value of I, increment up count, and then we will go out to loop. Next for loop we have is where I is equal to upcount minus 1 and I is equal to 0, and I is incrementing. Inside that you have another for loop, j goes from I to j goes from 0 to I while it's incrementing. So we check if precedence, we check if the value of check precedence function, check precedence function where we have the parameters or the operator array. So the return value of this function is greater than the return value of this function, where we pass the operator array with j plus 1 as first parameter and 0 as next. So that value of operator j comma 0 will be stored in temp, and then operator j plus 1 comma 0 will be stored in operator j comma 0, and temp will be stored operator j plus 1 comma 0. Basically, we'll be performing the swap function here. Temp will hold the value of j comma 1. Similarly for j comma 1, we'll have to perform a swap function. So after that, we'll print over next time. We have another for loop which starts from I to the up count, okay, while it's incrementing. So in j we'll store integer value of the array operators, array called operators, and the position will be I comma 1. Now we have the initial string variable op and op2 which are blank right now, and if check process j minus 1 is equal to 4. Again, we have a statement where check precedence function is called with the parameters operators I minus 1 comma 0 and operators I comma 0. If that's the case, then we store op1 as plus value of I here. Else we have another for loop where x starts from 0 to up down, and if j minus 2 is equal to the integer value of the operators array, the dimensions x comma 1, we store the value of t plus x plus 1 in up 1. That is, the string will be stored in up 1, and here the string t I will be stored in up 1. So in that way we'll get values for t1, t2, t3, etc. Now, otherwise, we store the value of expr and char at the position j minus 1. So the character at this position will be stored in the string variable op1. Next is if the check process j plus 1 is true, we run loop again from x equal to 0 to xs and up count, and if j plus 2 is equal to the integer value of the function array operator x comma 1, then we store t plus x plus 1, that value inside the variable up2. So we'll get a t2 here, and t1 is found here. So the value of up1 will be t1 and value of up2 will be t2, for example, if we take. So else up2 will be having the value expr.char at j plus 1, that is the character at j plus 1 in the expr string will be stored in output t2. So finally we print our output, and that's a program. So run the program and check. I get given expression, say a plus b multiplied by c. So here b into c, since multiplication is higher precedence, b into c is taken first and stored in the variable t1, and then t1 plus a, the second operation, that is addition, which lower precedence is taken and stored in the variable t2. So our initial expression a plus b into c can be written as t is equal to b into c, and t2 is equal to a plus t1. So that's all. Thank you.